Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the start of a new reading vlog. I'm going to be reading 4 new releases and I am so excited for this reading vlog. I feel like this has been the year of amazing new releases and I'm so behind. I really need to catch up. You can peep Luna in the background. She's just laying back there. But I'm so excited to do this vlog and to read all of these amazing new releases. So I'm going to first talk about, the first book I'm going to talk about is Echoes of You by Catherine Cowles. So this is actually releasing May 2nd and I got an ARC from Catherine and her team and I'm so thankful. Catherine Cowles is one of my favorite authors of all time. I just love her series and I'm so excited for this new book. I'm trying to find the email of what the tropes are in this book. So let me try to find that because I'm really excited to read this. And I just love Catherine Cowles. I loved her newest release of what was it called? It's Whispers of You. I just loved it so much. And I just am so excited to read this book. So let me try to find. Okay, so Echoes of You is a heroine in hiding, roommates to lovers, and childhood friends to lovers. Oh my gosh, this sounds so good. So I'm really excited to read this and get to it. I have it on my Kindle, ready to read. And then the next book that I really want to get to it's called If This Is Love by Julie Ann. This is a new release from her, and I recently read Look the Part by Julie Ann and absolutely loved it. It was incredible. I listened to it on audio from my library on Hoopla, and it was just so good. So funny. Just adored it. This one, If This Is Love, I think is an age gap romance, 8-year age gap. Super angsty. It's also a cowboy romance. I think the heroine is the daughter of the hero's boss and her father owns this ranch and the hero's a cowboy on the ranch, but I think he's supposed to marry or is engaged to the heroine's cousin who she hates. And there's also a big age gap. I think it's an 8-year age gap. So I'm really excited for this. People have said they've loved it. Super angsty, emotional, I think, in certain parts of the book. So I'm really excited to read this. I already have it on my Kindle downloaded. I am ready to read it. And then the next book I have is Coach by Devney Perry. So I actually started this on my Kindle and I'm about 10% in and I'm really enjoying it. So this is a single dad, second chance sports romance. So our hero and heroine met in college and they became really good friends, and just at the end of college they were going to make a move on each other, but then the hero's ex comes back into his life and tells him that she is pregnant, and so he kind of lets go of the heroine, and it's he has to either choose the heroine or his child, and he's I have to choose my child. That's the right thing to do. So now it's years later and he's moving back to the small town of where he I don't know if he grew up there, but he went to college there. And he was a huge, very famous NFL player, football player, and so he is now going to become the head coach of the college football team, and the heroine also works there. So it's going to be second chance. She knows that he's coming and he doesn't, and so when he first sees her, he's oh my gosh, you're here, I can't believe this. And it's going to be their romance, and I've heard it's really good, super cute. The daughter is really cute, so I'm excited to read this one. I really love Devney Perry's writing, and this is the first book in a new series from her, so I'm super excited to read this. And then the next book I want to read for this vlog is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I want to listen to this one on audio. It just came out. It was a dual release, which I love. And I don't really know much about this book, but I know that Zachary Weber is narrating this one, and he said it has amazing anxiety representation in this one. So I'm super excited to read this. I personally have dealt with a lot of anxiety in the past, and I am just really excited to read a book with some really great anxiety representation in it. So let me see what the back of this book says. And this would be my first book by Abby Jimenez. I've never read anything from her before. I also have Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez that I really want to get to. So it says, Dr. Brianna Ortiz's Ortiz's life is seriously flatlining. Her divorce is just about finalized, her brother's running out of time to find a kidney donor, and that promotion she wants, oh, that's probably going to the new man doctor who's already registering 87 on Brianna's pain in my ass scale. But just when all systems are set to hate, Dr. Jacob Maddox completely flips the game by sending Brienne a letter. And it's a really good letter, like the kind that proves that Jacob isn't actually Satan. Worse, he might be this fantastically funny and subversively likable guy who's terrible at first impressions. Because suddenly he and Bri are exchanging letters, sharing lunch dates in her sob closet, and discussing the merits of freakishly tiny horses. But when Jacob decides to give Brianna the best gift imaginable, a kidney for her brother, she wonders just how she can resist this quietly sexy new doctor, especially when he calls in a favor she can't refuse. Ooh, this sounds so good. I am really excited to read this, and I already know the audio is going to be amazing. So I'm really excited to read all of these books. Today I think I'm going to dive into Coach first by Daphne Perry, and I'm really excited to get to it. Also, some exciting things in the mix that are happening soon. I am going to be going to Taylor Swift concert on April 29th in Atlanta, and I'm going to be going with my aunt, and I love my aunt so much. She's so much fun, and so I'm super excited to go with her. She's never been to a Taylor Swift concert before, and I just love seeing somebody experience Taylor Swift for the first time, and it's just going to be so much fun. So I'm really excited. And then my birthday is coming up. I'm super excited for that. My birthday is May 6th, so I am a summer baby. I'm a Taurus. And I'm really excited. I don't really know. I don't have any plans for my birthday, but I'm just like excited about the day and to spend time with my family. But the rest of today, I'm probably just gonna read. That's what I plan to do. Hey guys, so I have an update. It is Saturday, about 11:30. So I am listening to Yours Truly on audio, and I'm really loving it. So I think I'm about 10% into this book, and so I have never read anything from Abby Jimenez before, but I am really liking this one. So our heroine, I can't remember her name. Oh, Brianna. She is a doctor, and she is a ER doctor, and this new guy comes in to the ER, new doctor named Dr. Jacob Maddox, and he, like, supposedly on his first day of work, all of these patients like flatlined and died, and so they're calling him like the Death Eater, and I think it's so funny. But well, that's not funny, people dying, but the name anyway. So she is dealing with a lot in her life right now. She just had a divorce, got out of a really nasty divorce. She's still like healing from it, and her brother, I think, I can't remember if it's his liver or kidney. It's his kidney. So her brother has an autoimmune disease, and he's 28, and he is declining very rapidly, and he is having to be put on dialysis, which, if you don't know what dialysis means, and they explain it really well in the audiobook, it means that it's kind of a life-saving medical procedure where you are hooked up to dialysis until you can get a kidney transplant. And so her brother has a really rare blood type, so it's really hard to find a match for to get a kidney for him. And so she's dealing with a lot of stress in her life right now. And so the new guy comes in, and we get both POVs, which I love, and the audiobook is amazing, and I love the hero. I'm like swooning over him, and he has, like I said earlier in this vlog, he has a lot of anxiety, and it's really interesting to see how his anxiety works. Like, he thinks about like, for example, one of the things he thinks about is, like, if I'm going to a restaurant, like, I want to be able to know what I'm going to eat. And if I'm going on a date with, you know, the heroine, he's like, I need to look at the menu to make sure I can find something where it's not going to bother her, like if it's like vinegar, or, you know, just thinking of all these things that adds to somebody's anxiety. And I really appreciated that, because I suffer from anxiety. I've suffered from it like most of my life, and you can hear thunder in the background. We have major thunderstorms in STL right now. But anyways, he deals with a lot of anxiety, and so we see that representation in this book, and I'm loving it. And so their meet cute is basically where she runs into him while like walking fast down the hall, and because like with his anxiety, he has a lot of social anxiety, and he can get really awkward and a little standoffish and introverted, and so the only thing he thinks of he can say to her in the moment is like, watch it, like watch where you're going, like you knocked into me, because he didn't really know what else to say. And so she takes that as like him being really rude and like rude to her, and so she like instantly is like like not into him at first, but then he writes her an apology letter. So it kind of is a little bit of an epistolary romance, and he writes her an apology letter and talks about his anxiety and really opens up to her, and he's like, writing really helps me get through my emotions, and I just love that. And she decides to write to him back, and so they kind of start off this really cute back and forth of writing little letters to each other throughout the day of like, you know, this is what's going on in my life and this is what's going on in your life. And so it's just the beginnings of like getting to know each other, and he is also going through a lot because his brother is engaged to his ex-girlfriend, and he is really trying to show his family, he has a huge family, that he's okay with like his brother marrying his ex-girlfriend, but he's really not, but he's just trying to do it so everybody will get off his back. And so he basically says like, oh, I have a new girlfriend now. And so now they met Brianna like by accident while they were in the hospital, like one of his sisters, and they're like, is this your new girlfriend? And so now he has to kind of figure out how he's gonna find somebody to bring as a date to his brother and ex-girlfriend's wedding. And so I think he's gonna ask Brianna to do it. But it's really good so far. It's really cute. I love the narrators. The narrators are amazing. The female narrator, I've never listened to her before, and I really, really like her voice. Her name is like Kyla something. I'll have to look it up, but I am really loving her. And of course, Zachary Weber, who is amazing. But I'm really enjoying this one, and I love all of the representation in this book so far. It's really, really good. And I'm just really loving it. So I'm going to continue listening to this one, and then I think I'm going to keep reading Coach, because I already started that like a week ago, but had to put it down. So I was finishing up my reread of A Court of Silver Flames, which I absolutely loved. And I noticed from doing my whole reread of the ACOTAR series how much like spicier A Court of Silver Flames is. Like they get to some spicy times a lot in that book. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy, because I just like forgot about how spicy it is. I feel like it's spicier than House of Earth and Blood, I think. I'm pretty sure it's spicier, but I'm gonna be doing a reread of that too before that's like the first two books in the House of Earth and Blood series, or maybe that's not right. I don't know what this, I can't remember, or it's Crescent City series, before the next book releases next January. So I'm really excited for that. And today I'm just gonna plan on chilling, maybe doing some content for videos, not filming because the lighting is not great right now because of the storm. So I'm probably gonna do some content planning. I really want to find some like new ideas for videos. So if you have any recommendations, definitely let me know, because I really want to know what you guys want to see on my channel. And I might do a poll in my community tab, so look there too, because I need some inspiration and I want to know what you guys want to watch for me. So let me know. I would really appreciate that. But I'm going to get to some reading and get to some content planning and maybe working on my book journal. Yeah, so that's what I plan on doing the rest of today. And I might go out to lunch and get some Mexican food, because I love Mexican food. Like it's more like Tex-Mex, but I love that too. So I am just gonna have a really relaxing, rainy weekend, which I am very excited for. So I will update you guys when I have something to update with you guys soon. Hey guys, so I'm about to go to the gym. It's Monday morning. I am just wearing these inside right now because they're prescription sunglasses, and I don't want to have to put on my regular glasses and then take them off before I go driving. So anyways, I have some major updates for you. I finished 2 books and started another. So I finished Coach and I finished Yours Truly, and I'll tell you, so for Coach, I absolutely love Coach. A new favorite read from Devney Perry. It was absolutely amazing. 5 stars. I think one of my favorite books from her. So I don't remember that much of what I told you about Coach, but from where we pick up off of when I think I told you about was that they just seen each other after like 10 years of not seeing each other. So they were best friends in college, and the heroine made a move on the hero. Millie made a move on Ford, and he wanted it too, and he had just broken up with his longtime girlfriend. But then the next day he finds out that his ex-girlfriend is pregnant. And so this is a single dad kind of workplace romance because they both work for the college. You could see Luna in the background. Luna, say hi to the vlog. Say hi. So anyways, yes, okay. So grab Luna because she was barking at me. But so anyways, they're best friends in college, and she feels really hurt from him because she thought that they had this spark and wanting to like be together, and then the next day he like ghosts her because he's so freaked out about becoming a single dad at like 21. And so now it's 10 years later, and she thinks that because he like ghosted her the next day that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with her. And it's kind of angsty because she wants to be with him, but she doesn't know if he wants her. And I really loved it. I loved Ford, and he's very persistent about going after Millie, and he like knows that she wants this, and he's kind of snuffing out all of her doubt. And I loved his daughter Joey. She was so cute, and the heroine and Joey would make like cookies together and bake together, and it was really, really cute. I just loved it. It was so good. The spice was really good for Daphne Perry. I feel like the past 2 books by her have been really good, like Jasper Vale. I loved, and that was pretty spicy, and I think she has grown a lot with her writing and writing spicy scenes, and I just have been really loving them lately. So, I mean, they're not over the top. I think one criticism that people have with Daphne Perry is that her writing, people don't like her writing, but I feel like her writing to me is very simple. It doesn't have like a ton of like flowery detail like Gianna Darling's writing. And so I find her writing super easy to read and get through quickly. But I just really loved it. It was so good. It was a coach romance, kind of forbidden because they couldn't like be, you know, together because of a no fraternization clause, and I just really, really liked it. So 5 stars, amazing, a new favorite from Daphne Perry. I really enjoyed this one. So the next book I finished was Yours Truly by Abby Himnitz. So I had mentioned earlier I was loving this book, so I haven't updated you in a really long time about this book. I mean, not that long. I mean, it's Monday, but anyways. So I really liked the like 75% of this book. It was amazing. The hero is the sweetest, and they have to fake date so that he can have her as a date for the wedding. I think I told you that earlier. But the thing that I got really annoyed with was the heroine. One of my biggest pet peeves in romances is, what is it? Self-doubt. I really can't stand self-doubt. It just irks me. It's like, it's just yourself stopping yourselves from being together. But it made sense for the story because she has a lot of trust issues since, you know, her and her husband divorced. Her husband cheated on her, and so she just has a lot of trust issues, and the hero also has a lot of anxiety, which is really, really well represented in this book, and I really loved it. And so they both doubted their relationship the whole time, like, is this gonna be, you know, fake dating or whatever. And I just got really annoyed with it. And the ending, the 3rd act breakup, you knew what was gonna happen, and I just like did not like that. Otherwise, if 3rd act breakup was a different one and I did like the ending of the book, it would have been a solid 5 stars. But I'm gonna give it 4.5 because I just got really annoyed with the heroine and the hero. Just like, be together, like, communicate, you know what I mean? So I did really enjoy it, and I recommend it. It's kind of a me thing because I really hate miscommunication. But I really did love this book and the representation in this one, and it was just really, really good. So I really enjoyed it. And then the book that I started was Echoes of You by Catherine Cowles, and I'm really, really, really loving this one. So the prologue really pulls you in, where the heroine, give me your Bruiser. Bruiser, what are you doing, buddy? Anyways, you really get pulled in with the prologue. And so our heroine was in a very abusive home. This deals with child abuse. Her father was very abusive towards her, and so the prologue kind of shows that dynamic of like, now that he is gone, her mother is a drug addict and an alcoholic and is really, really abusive towards her, verbally abusive. And so you kind of see a glimpse into that and her like relationship with Nash, who is the hero. Like, he is her solace. This is a friends to lovers, no, I don't think it's forced proximity. It's friends to lovers, small town, like the heroine has to hide away in the small town. So anyways, that's the prologue, and then it skips to present time, where she's coming back to the small town after being away, and this is kind of interesting. So the heroine was in a abusive relationship, and so she is running away from her abusive ex to the small town to get some solace and to finally get away from him. And so this does deal very heavily with domestic violence and domestic abuse, so definitely know that going in if that's a trigger for you, or I wouldn't read this book if that was a trigger for you, because it is very, very prevalent in this book. And so it's so heartbreaking, because, you know, like the heroine, she's just like so strong, and she's going through this really tough time, and it's just horrible that these things happen to people. And so the beginning of it, and Nash ends up finding out that he didn't know that the guy was abusing her, and he's like, who did this to you? Very protective over her, and that's where we are in the story so far. And she's just getting back into the throes of being in the small town again, being with the Hartleys, who has always been like a family to her. And I'm just really, really enjoying it so far. So I'm really loving that one. So I only have like one more book to read, If This Is Love by Julie Ann. I'm flying through this reading vlog, but I'm going to go to the gym, and after that I'm going to film some video. Well, I'm going to eat breakfast and film some videos. But I have to do my arm day today, which I'm excited for, because I hate leg day. I just can't stand it sometimes. I hate doing lunges, and so, but I do like doing leg day some days. It just makes me sore. What? Do you want to say bye-bye? Say bye-bye to the camera. Say bye. Are you shy? Are you shy, Luna? Yes? She's just shy right now. But I will update you guys soon. And I think I'm going to start a new audiobook, maybe the Powerless audiobook, while I'm working out. But that is nothing related to this vlog. But I will see you guys soon. Hey guys. It has been a very stressful morning today. So I woke up to doggy diarrhea on one of my carpets, and then Luna was throwing up, and then it was just insane. I don't know what's going on here. It has just been a stressful week this week. It's kind of been not that great of a week. It feels like it's really dragging. It is Thursday. Okay, that's good. It's Thursday. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Yeah, it's been kind of a stressful week. I have just felt not very productive. I felt like there's been some roadblocks in productivity for me, of getting things done, but I have been very productive in my reading. So I finished Echoes of You by Catherine Cowles, and I want to give you an update from where we last left off. So I think where I last talked to you is when it was like the 50% mark, when they were finally like getting together, and so there's a lot of suspense in this one. I think it's definitely more suspense than the Tattered and Torn series, but I did really like this one. I think I do love the Tattered and Torn series more, but I loved this book. Like, I think I love this one more than the first book. It was so good. Like, the characters were amazing. I just really love this one. So there's more suspense in this one because of, this is I'm just going to tell you because it's important to the story and it is a trigger. So Maddie's father was very abusive towards her, and he ended up in jail because he almost like killed her from being like so abusive. And so now in the book there's a lot of suspense towards the end with her ex, and then her dad is out on parole, and so there's a lot of suspense in this one. And it's really, really good. I really love the suspense in this one. It feels very much suspense. Like, it feels like half romance, half suspense, which I loved. And I really love Nash's character. He's so swoony, and he is just so protective over Maddie because they have been together. Well, not like together, but best friends since they were young. And I really love that aspect in friends to lovers romances where the other person knows the other person so deeply, and I just love that. And so I really loved this romance. I thought it was a little slow burn in the beginning before they like got together, because they were like, we're friends, and you know, you just got out of a relationship, and it was just really sweet. And I love the hero in this one so much, like touch her in your die vibes. Forced proximity, the heroine has to hide away in the town, and there was just a ton of suspense in this one, which I loved. But I also felt like I don't know, I still like, I'm giving this one 5 stars, but I feel like I wish there was a little bit something else just beside the suspense, if that makes sense, like maybe another plot. I don't know. But I did really love this one. I think I'm going to give it 5 stars. I really loved Nash. Like, Nash is now one of my favorite heroes from Catherine Cowles. Like, I really loved him. It was just really good. I really enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun time reading this one. I'm so excited for the next book, which is Gray's story, which is Glimmers of You. And I think it's going to be like Hate to Love, fake dating, I think. So I'm very excited for that. But I need to start If This Is Love soon. Sorry, I'm just like playing with this. Put it down. If This Is Love by Julie Ann. I think I'm going to start on my Kindle tonight. But yeah, that's kind of where I've been. Yeah, this week has just not been the greatest. It feels like things keep going wrong, like little things, and I get annoyed with the little things going wrong. So hopefully when it hits the weekend I'll feel a little bit better. And then next week I'm going to Taylor Swift, and I am so excited. I am so excited. I am so freaking excited. Oh my gosh, I'm like dying from excitement. I am going to the Atlanta show April 29th, and I hope she plays High Infidelity. If you know that song, you know. One line is like, on April 29th, something like that. But it has April 29th in it. But I don't love that, like, it's not my favorite song. If, for the surprise songs, if you're a Swiftie and you're going to the Eras Tour, let me know down below what your favorite, like, surprise songs are, because mine are Cornelia Street and You're in Love, or anything from Reputation. Like, I'm a Reputation girly through and through. And I'm also one of the people that loves Endgame, the song. I know some people absolutely hate that song, but it's actually one of my favorite songs by Taylor. I just think it's so fun, and it's such a serotonin boost. I also just got the Target exclusive CD, and I'm so excited because it has Hits Different on it. And I've just been like jamming out to it while I've been driving around. But that's my plan for the rest of today. Reading wise, I need to start a new audiobook, but that doesn't have anything to do with this vlog. Hopefully the dogs will not do any more misdeeds, and I hope they are okay, because I don't know what's going on with them. They've just been like kooky. Maybe it's the storms that are brewing, because we're supposed to get some really bad storms today. And I think they go a little crazy when there's a big storm happening. Like, my oldest dog, Goldie, when she was younger, she would go in the bathtub and lay in the bathtub because she was so scared of the storms. And it was just the cutest thing. Like, anytime there'd be a big storm, we just go to the like bathroom and see her in the tub, just like laying in there all like freaked out. But yeah, that's it for right now, and I will update you guys soon when I start If This Is Love. Hey guys, I wanted to give you an update and to wrap up this vlog. So I started reading If This Is Love tonight, which is Thursday night, and I'm gonna DNF it at 32%. I just could not get into this book. I didn't really I felt like there wasn't enough in the setup of the book to feel this like angsty need for each other. It felt like I didn't feel the love or want between each character for each other. Like there definitely felt like chemistry between them, but like I didn't feel this like want of like I have to be with you, or you know, and I just felt like the beginning wasn't fleshed out enough for me. It was only like a couple chapters of like her being like of like her growing up. So I don't think I even told you what this book is about. But If This Is Love is about this girl, or heroine, who she was adopted by this very wealthy family in the South, and her like adoptive mother passed away, and now her adoptive father is super verbally abusive and is just like wrecked after his wife passed away, and he is like the owner of this big ranch. It's kind of like Yellowstone vibes a little bit, and she falls for his ranch hand slash right hand man Milo, who's 8 years older than her and is also engaged to her cousin Jolene, who she absolutely hates. But I felt like in the beginning there wasn't enough like fleshed outness of feeling like, oh, like that I understand now why like she has loved him since she was, you know, 10 years old or whatever. And I just wasn't feeling it, so I don't think I'm gonna pick it up again. So it wasn't my favorite, but let's talk about the other books that I absolutely loved. The next book that I loved was Echoes of You by Catherine Cowles. This was amazing. I also posted my review on Goodreads of this if you want to check that out. But I just love this book. It was so good. I'm so excited for people to read it. I definitely a new favorite from Catherine Cowles. So much suspense and pining between the characters. It was just amazing. I absolutely adored it. I loved Nash. She was so sweet and total like touch her and you die vibes, and I just loved it so much. And then I am gonna give Yours Truly 4.5 stars because I just could not get over the heroine in this one. Towards the end, if the heroine wasn't so like hell-bent on all of this miscommunication and like stirring up these problems in the relationship because of her trust issues from getting divorced, this would have been a 5-star read for me. But I just couldn't get over it. And then there was a trope in here that is not my favorite, and I just got so annoyed with her, and I was just like, what are you doing? Like, this man is the sweetest man ever. He's not gonna break your heart. Like, I know you have a lot of trust issues from your past relationship, but he does too, and he's not doing these things. So it's just like, it really annoyed me. But I loved the hero so much. Like, he is so amazing. He's one of my favorite heroes. I love the anxiety representation in this one, and I just really like this one. I loved like the first 80% in this book. The last 20% could give or take, like I don't really care, but I just really loved the hero in this one, who's so swoony and sweet, like epitome of a cinnamon roll hero, and I just loved him so much. And lastly, Coach. I really love this one. I'm going to give this one 5 stars as well. It was so good. Such a great single dad sports romance. It was fantastic. I absolutely adored this one. It was so fun, so much fun, and I really loved the relationship between the heroine and the hero's daughter. And I just love Ford. He was just so swoony, and I just like loved how he kept going after the heroine and was like, you know, I know you want this too, and like we're meant for each other. And I just really enjoyed this one. Alright, well that is the end of this video, and I'm going to start a new book, but that's like not related to this vlog. But I want to thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you guys in my next one.